Hey everybody, it's the Cinemaswan here, and I just saw Toy Story 4. So let's talk about it, shall we? First of all, let me say that, of course, as would be expected from Pixar, this is beautifully animated, and technically the story is really well done. It is definitely, it has moments that are funny, it has moments that are heartfelt, like make you want to cry a little bit. Exactly what you'd expect from the Toy Story franchise. It is touching, it is beautiful, it is pointless. This is so horrible. I've heard a lot of people ask the question, why? Why a Toy Story 4? And frankly, I wasn't that excited for it because I had the same quandary. Like, why do we have a Toy Story 4? We closed out the story in Toy Story 3. Why is there more? So I was wondering myself, like, hey, what's the point of Toy Story 4? So I went hoping for something incredible. And what I got was a really well told story, really amazing animation, but I don't understand why it exists. It was one of those because we can and not because we should. Frankly, when the story ended with Andy, that story ended. That was who they were. They were Andy's toys and they went to Bonnie, and you don't really need more than that. So there was a little bit of a disconnect, and I think that was part of their purpose, is to have a little bit of a disconnect with Bonnie. But frankly, I didn't care about Bonnie. She's not my kid. She's not someone that I really am concerned with. And so whether or not, I don't know, I just didn't connect with Bonnie. So I didn't really care if her toys got back to her or if she was happy or sad or anything else. And I didn't care what happened to Bo Peep. I didn't care. Like, none of this was stuff that I needed answers to. And while they answered it really well, and they actually did some pretty touching, cute, really special stuff, especially with Gabby Gabby, it wasn't necessary. So for those of you who are saying, is this a movie I have to see? The answer is no. You don't have to see it. You can complete the Toy Story story with Toy Story 3 and be perfectly content. But if you have small children, or a niece or a nephew, or, that just really want to see it, take them. It is cute. It is touching. There are a couple, kind of creepy toys, but that's okay. It's fine. If they had, they were the elements of, man, if you stayed on that a couple seconds more, this could be a horror movie. But they don't. They don't live there. It's the ventriloquist dummies. They're just creepy. Even when they're nice, they're creepy. So they just are creepy. And also I've heard some complaints about the way they drew Andy, and yeah, they show Andy way too much for a reference of, in the very beginning, a reference of something that happened before the toys went to Bonnie years before, so they have Andy. But I think the reason that they redid Andy is to look like the Andy that goes to college, because the new Andy does look like a child version of that Andy who grew up. So maybe that's their logic. I don't know. Not my decision. It's fine. But he does look like a very different little boy. You can say he's Andy all you want. He's not Andy. So, Toy Story 4, it's really hard to talk about because it's a really well done movie. It's really solid, but I have no desire to ever see it again. So, I'm not really sure where to go with that. Artistically and even story-wise, it's a 4-feather movie. It's pretty great, but my interest in it, even after having seen it, 2.5. So if you've got kids, take them. It's cute. But if you're just, like me, and Toy Story came out in 1993, and so I was 3 or 4 years old when I first saw it, and, that has been part of my life, I think I unfortunately have outgrown Toy Story. And that's a kind of a tragic day. So, I think Toy Story's outgrown Toy Story 2. I think this is the last one. I would have thought that after the third, but after this one, I'm not sure how they could go on. I just really don't even think it's possible. So I'm pretty sure there will never be another Toy Story. I hope there will never be another Toy Story involving Woody and Buzz and the gang, because I can't do it anymore. I can't. I don't want it anymore. So those are my thoughts. You have a lovely weekend seeing whatever it is you choose to see.